11 октября 1988 года миллионы телезрителей впервые увидели «Буран» – советский космический корабль многоразового использования на стартовом комплексе. В этом циклопическом рукотворном сооружении, устремленном в небо, воплощены все новейшие достижения науки и техники. Это та самая пирамида, которая опирается на громадное основание из знаний, опыта, мастерства, таланта, математических расчетов, лабораторных опытов и натурных испытаний. Было объявлено о подготовке к проведению летно-космических испытаний в автоматическом режиме принципиально новой универсальной ракетно-космической системы «Энергия Буран». Более 10 лет шли создатели «Бурана» к этому космическому полету. За это время выполнено строительство посадочного комплекса, создан самолет-аналог «Бурана», его технологические макеты и сам «Буран». Решена проблема доставки «Бурана» на Байконур.
And then if you haven't watched the Cosmonaut cover-up, one of the best documentaries there is, showing how Russia pulled a bunch of people trying to get them to space and then would just erase them out of photographs. You'll see a photograph with like 5 astronauts, and then 3 years later, that same photo only has 3 because they erased 2 of the people out of the photograph because they killed them when they were trying to send them to space. There's like a ton of, like, Gagarin isn't the first in space. Not that anybody's gone, but I'm saying Gagarin.
No, and he died 3 months later.
Right.
Than their achievement.
Right, exactly. Did you watch that documentary?
Well, I have a few Spanish slash Russian women that makes a really super nice documentaries with the actual, people from Russia, and I saw that type of documentary. I think I don't see the same you are presenting, but it's the same story. I mean, in Russia, a lot of people question the space program.
One day ago. How crazy is that? That they returned to this place one day ago, or that's when they posted the video. It's just crazy. They're just sitting there, gathering dust. And I mean, here's where you know there's a problem. The United States had 6 total craft. 2 of them blew up, I guess. So they had 4 shuttles that were capable of going to and from the ISS. Again, this is a story. Why would you ever retire them? They were crafts capable of going to fucking space. And they aren't going to use them anymore. Well, why not? So then they started paying Russia $86 million a seat to send people to space. It's like, but what happened? We had shuttles. American tax money bought planes to take people to and from the space station, and they just decided, I'm not going to use them anymore. Let's put them in museums and let's start paying Russia to take our people to space. It's just so dumb. This whole story doesn't make any sense.
That's pretty funny, yeah.
It's just dumb.
Because showing them like so blatantly cooperating together.
Right, but they hate each other.
And how easy it is to show that Russia lied about their entire like space thing. They were just lying. So
just said something about electrical components. What did it say? I just saw something pass it.
I don't know how people can't put that together. I guess I don't know.
It's too much.
So Russia lied about their space race.
Oh, absolutely. And we didn't even know about that until the Kremlin crumbled and they were able to go in and get all those paperworks, which is when we revealed a lot of those things. I thought it said something about electrical components. Was I miss? So what I'm saying by that is that once we revealed, here's all these things that say that none of what Russia was talking about was the truth, as far as who's the first in space. And so it seems like a great narrative. I've told this many times before. Russia gets to tell their citizens that they were first in space, first in orbit, first satellite, first woman, first man, first animal. So it's a great story to tell your students in Russia about how great you are, that you were first in all these things in space. Go over to the United States. We get to tell the story that we were first on the moon. We tried to get to the moon. We wanted to beat the Russia. We wanted to beat the Ruskies. So each country gets to tell a version of this. So it's like they came up with it together, right? They came up together and said, all right, how do we both, oops, I just said it again.
It makes sense if you look at how big Russia is and how big the United States is and how powerful the United States is. Right? I mean, just those 2 countries cooperating together alone, it would be a pretty big deal.
This was probably discussed at the Antarctic Treaty meeting.
Yes, exactly.
моделирования реального полета с имитацией всех внешних воздействий на эргономические органы управления и их возможных отказов на различных этапах посадки.
Little we went to explore this huge hangar in which spaceships were fueled. Guys, look what a huge gate. But there's, by the way, a small gate, the Ledger 1 is on the other side. Let's go upstairs, there is a staircase, let's go see how to get in there. There are many corridors in this hangar, they look all scary. Lots of rooms, passage 2. Whoa, there is so much more known ways here. Let's go ahead. You see, we're already upstairs on the very roof. Guys, how huge it is. Excellent. It's not easy to get there. The light bulb is burned out. Shall we go further up?
Yeah, let's go.
It looks like a hermetic door. We're going further up. See how it looks from here.
Exploration of space. Exploration of space. Exploration of space.
I wonder what it carried. Unit AU-8K, what it's used to carry. By the way, there is a larger gate, see how huge they are all the way to the top. Here the rocket could stand and they could lift run vertically along these rails. This is really huge. I can imagine what a rig there was when they opened them. And here are the opening mechanism. There are huge walls. And here are the rails. You see, these things were bent so that it was easy to enter the spacecraft or the rocket.
Yeah.
They left it all bent, looks scary. Here's the hatch into which we enter. There is an additional branch pipe.
You can get there, but it's difficult.
It's scratched, which means that someone has been there. The thermal protection cubes are painted. When it enters the atmosphere, these cubes should glow red due to the air friction, because the spaceship's speed is very high. People made it, they tried, it was supposed to fly in space, but it didn't work out. See how many cubes were ripped off. Murderers get in and rip out here everything. They take the cubes for themselves as a souvenir. These thermal protection cubes are made of some special quartz, a very rare material that keeps very high temperatures. Suddenly we found a basement under Buran. It looks like stalkers have been here too.
You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Well, a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. That's the title of a video that I watched on YouTube. You can see astronauts hanging from wires, proving that astronauts and NASA are liars. They analyze photos and highlight mistakes with the moon landing missions. They show it was faked. You can see them faking the photos of Earth. They use a round window to fake the curve. That's suspicious, don't you think? Yeah, listen up. I watched another documentary called Astronauts Gone Wild. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin gets a little riled. All he was asked to do was to swear to God that he went to the moon, but he would not. He was faced with a moon landing denier. Had a chance to show that he ain't no liar, but Buzz decided to punch that dude just for asking him to swear if he went to the moon. That's suspicious. So, do you still believe we went to the moon? Do you still believe what they're telling you? Just connect the dots and pretty soon you'll find out what I found out too. But if you question this stuff, you'll be labeled a loon. You'll be called a conspiracy theory buffoon, but I don't care, man. I'm still gonna make this tune, cause I know that we didn't go to the moon.
Why don't you swear in the Bible that you walked on the moon? You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't.
And how about those moon rocks they gave to museums? And thousands of people did see them. But one museum took a closer look, they soon realized that something's afoot. The rock they were given turned out to be a fake, just a piece of old wood, not a rock from space. Yeah, when God made the moon, he saw it was good, but apparently made it from petrified wood. Yeah, that's suspicious. Listen up. In another museum sits an astronaut suit. Take a good look at the tread on the boot. It doesn't match up with the prints on the moon. And y'all still believe what they're telling you? Or how about that phone call that Nixon made to the moon that's 250,000 miles away? When I can't get a signal on my cell phone line, I guess phones were better in '69. Well, do you still believe we went to the moon? Do you still believe what they're telling you? Just connect the dots and pretty soon you'll find out what I found out too. But if you question this stuff, you'll be labeled a loon. You'll be called a conspiracy theory buffoon, but I don't care, man. I'm still gonna make this tune, cause I know that we didn't go to the moon.
And it certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made in the White House.
Yeah, you went straight through those Van Allen belts. It wasn't a problem, right? Nothing was felt. But now you say it's a problem and you can't get through. This problem needs to be solved, according to you. But didn't you solve that problem back in '69 and you flew straight through them 5 more times? You wonder why I think it's fake when there are so many Apollo mistakes, like the telemetry data that's all gone missing. 13,000 reels, are you kidding? A giant leap for all mankind, but you lost the data and no one can find. Come on, man, are you kidding? Do you still believe we went to the moon? Do you still believe what they're telling you? Just connect the dots and pretty soon you'll find out what I found out too. But if you question this stuff, you'll be labeled a loon. You'll be called a conspiracy theory buffoon, but I don't care, man. I'm still gonna make this tune, cause I know that you can't go. No, there's no blast crater from the lunar module. Probably because that thing is just a model. Or the flag that flutters with no atmosphere. Don't you think that's a bit queer? Intersecting shadows means another light source. Do I think it's fake? Yeah, of course. The whole thing was filmed on a Hollywood set. Directed by Kubrick is my best bet. The moon's so cool, we'd love to explore it, but we can't get past low Earth orbit. Do your research, people, I think you'll find. But NASA admits that a bunch of times. Listen.
Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Are you or a loved one suffering from a medical coincidence? You want proper medical care, but you don't want people sniffing around asking a whole bunch of questions about what might be causing your problem. At the Kaufman Institute for Coincidence, we won't look into the cause of your heart or other problem, we'll just fix it. That's right, we promise to only look at your symptoms. We won't get all curious looking for causes, because that could get your employer or your doctor into some legal hot water, and nobody wants that. At Kaufman, we understand that coincidence is now the leading cause of death.
Hey, we've got another coincidence over here.
If we want to operate at the speed of science, there's no time for looking for causes. No pesky questions about drugs or you may have been given. At Kaufman, we specialize in the effects and leave the causes to the conspiracy theorists. And let's be honest, we know the cause anyway. It was a coincidence, right? For each new patient, Kaufman's talented team of doctors strap on their blinders and look directly at the problem area, usually the heart, just like the CDC recommends. Our main campus now treats blood clots, heart arrhythmia, stroke, heart attack, magnetic skin, difficulty breathing, full body blisters and burning, convulsions, kidney failure, memory loss, cancer, sudden death, and much, much more. Give your coincidence the attention it deserves, but not the wrong kind of attention. At Kaufman. Schedule your appointment today at kaufmancoincidence.com and receive a doctor's note with a real sciencey sounding explanation to provide to your anti-friends, proving to them it was definitely not the vaccine that caused your coincidence. Kaufman, because coincidences happen pretty much all the time.
Official medical coincidence partner of the NFL.